Hey guys, welcome to W&M Review. Today we will be reviewing two movies. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. Uh, Death Becomes Her and Hercules. I'll let my daughter start off.
So Death Becomes Her is kind of a morbid humor, twisted humor kind of a movie. I really enjoy that kind of humor, but you guys may or may not. I'd say you should give this a shot if you've never seen it before, because I think it might surprise you. Um, Without giving too much away, it's basically these women are alive, but not alive. Basically, they found like this potion that gives them eternal youth. However,
At a cost.
at a cost. They have to take really good care of their bodies because if some fatal injury or any injury occurs,
They're kind of stuck with it.
yeah. And there's a lot of comedy bits, a lot of shenanigans that go on. And I thought it was a really good movie. And yeah, I think you guys should try it and give it a shot. With that being said, I'll let my mom tell you what she thought of the movie.
So Death Becomes Her is kind of like, okay, most women can relate to this. You know, you see a little laugh line over here, you see your parentheses here on your face, or your necklines or whatever. And so these women, they want to look young again, and so um, they take this elixir that makes them svelte and beautiful, no lines, no age spots, no wrinkles, and everything is beautiful and young again. And everything is not as it seems. um, in that, um, one of the women. If you haven't seen the movie, it's an older movie, but uh, uh, it stars Bruce Willis and Goldie Hawn and Meryl Streep. And Meryl Streep goes many years after Goldie Hawn's character does get this elixir. Um, they were friends at one point, and they kind of lost touch and everything. Anyways, Meryl Streep's character goes to get this elixir, and she after kind of having a crummy time, her husband and her are kind of at odds. They don't really speak, and anyways, Goldie Hawn comes over and she tells the husband, okay, well, we'll bump your wife off and we'll run off together and everything will be wonderful. And he says, okay, and well, how will I do this? And so she tells him what to do and everything. And in the meantime, she leaves and the wife comes back, which is played by Meryl Streep. And they get into this verbal altercation, and they're at the staircase upstairs, and they're at this altercation, and she starts to fall backwards, and she's teetering on the edge of the stairs, and she's like, help me, and he's standing there kind of bewildered and confused as to what he's seeing, and she's like, come on, you wimp, and she starts talking down to him, and he just puts his finger up, think, and she falls down the stairs, which is not a funny part. No. But he thinks he's done. This is it. That he's killed her, and so he stupidly calls Goldie Hawn's character, and she's like, "You called me before you called the cops? Why are you nuts?" And so he decides he's gonna call the cops. Except that Meryl's character wakes up and walks into the study where he's trying to make this phone call, and her head's backwards, and she could see her backside and everything. And it's twisted and funny and there's parts in it that are just over the top. The last part of the movie, I will say, I'm not going to give too much away. Other than the last part of the movie, they're at a church because Bruce Willis's character has passed away, and so they're paying respects to him, and the preacher is talking about this man and how he was a really good man, and he found the fountain of youth, and they what and they get their attention, and they turn around, and then the pastor says, because he found true love and life and in his family, and they're like blah blah blah, and they walk out of the church, and these two women who are frenemies, basically, they're bickering back and forth, and they get into a tussle, and they trip. One trips, and it's kind of similar to the scene of the staircase of the husband and the staircase. And one says, "Help me!" And why aren't you going to help me? And she grabs the other woman, and they both tumble down the stairs, and they break into a million pieces. It is really twisted, really silly. I would say if you have littler ones, not probably a good movie for them to watch. It is PG-13, so I would say teenagers and older can watch it. I think it might have a little language in there. Does have a little bit of nudity in there, like a bun cheek. The full moon. So beware of that. There's really not much more I can say other than I would say give it a shot. It is a little bit twisted, and being that Halloween's coming up, it might be something to kind of watch. Like, it's not a scary movie, but it's kind of comedy, but it's kind of darkish comedy, kind of. So that might be one to watch. The next movie we're going to talk about is Hercules, the animated series, the animated movie. Let my daughter start off.
Okay, so Hercules it's a pretty good family movie. There's some parts that are a little not appropriate, we'll just say, for a kids movie, but depending on, there's a part which I think my mom will explain, in which kids may catch on to it and be like, wait a minute. But for the most part, the parts that are not really appropriate probably aren't gonna get noticed by the kids. So in general, it's a good movie. There's parts that adults and kids can both laugh at. So if you guys haven't seen it, I think you should.
Hercules is pretty good. I mean, it's about the Greek gods and all that, and Zeus and Hades and all those guys and gals and stuff. So it is entertaining there. It does have some funny parts. I'm having trouble talking today. I don't know. Anyway, it has some silly parts. It has kind of some slapsticky kind of silliness to it. But there is a very dark part, and it actually kind of surprised me for a Disney movie. I know Disney has a thread of like having death or something in their in their movies, which I don't understand, but whatever. But this goes beyond. There's a part in the movie where one of the characters is wearing a lion's fur. And when you see the lion, you know exactly who that lion is, and it is Scar from the Lion King. And I am not making this up. If you are not sure that what I'm saying, watch the movie. I don't remember what character it was. It might have been Hades. I don't remember. I just remember that the character, my daughter and I both looked and were like, whoa. It shows the lion, and it shows the head and the scar over his eye, which he had. And it is definitely not okay. He's not passed out. It's his fur. They're using it as a coat. So read into that what you want. I don't know. I don't know why that was put into a Disney movie. I have no idea. This is on Disney Channel or Disney Plus. So if you have that available, and that's the only thing that I think that littles would be able to pinpoint. If they've seen The Lion King, which most every kid, even if they're little now, has seen it. So you might want to watch Hercules before letting your younger kids watch it. If you have older kids, like a teenager or an older, I'm sure they'll be fine with it. There is some other cheeky parts, the mentor to Hercules, he's kind of a little squatty little fella, and he's a little bit of a pervert, in that he likes his women curvy and busty and all that, so I mean, I don't think that little ones will be able to notice that too much, because there is other movies that kind of have some sort of stuff like that in threaded in there. So that may not be something that they notice, but they would notice most likely the lion fur on the character. Mm-hmm. It is entertaining. I will say that I didn't do good when I had to study the Greek mythology stuff in school. I mean, it is kind of fun, but it's not my thing. But it's still an entertaining movie. So I would say that, for cartoons, animation, whatever you want to call it, I would say, yeah, it's okay. Watch it. Maybe watch it ahead of time before you let your littles watch it, or your grandkids, or whomever, or yourself. I mean, if you want to watch it by yourself, that's cool. If you want to watch it with your littles, whatever. If you have teenagers, I don't think, like I said, that's going to faze them too much. Not with everything out in the culture nowadays. But, anyway, I don't have a lot more to say about it. If you liked what we had to say about these movies, give us a like. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button and hit the little notification bell so you know when we make a new video, and you can know to watch. If you have friends, family, coworkers that are movie buffs, or TV and movie buffs, pass our channel on to them so that they can start watching our channel.
Huge shout out to Marion, also known here on YouTube as
Life Unboxed.
Thank you for joining our Patreon. If you guys are interested, the link is in the description box.
And with that, we will say we'll see you later, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye!